Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, together with the Presidential Communications Office.
We bring you the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news coverage from the People's Television, IPC, Philippine News Agency, Philippine Information Agency, and Presidential Broadcast Service. I'm Princess Habiba Saripauda.
And I'm Joe Fernandez. We are from Radyo Pilipinas. Welcome to
Balitang Pambansa.
Tonight's headlines. The Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, and a job-finding platform offers 5,000 opportunities to job seekers. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. says that government is committed to bringing down the country's unemployment rate and underscored the private sector's role in achieving such goal. The lower house approves several vital bills on second and third reading, including the Private Basic Education Vouchers Assistance Act. The National Security Council, or NSC, says that more arrests are expected following the arrest of a Chinese national for alleged espionage. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, says that it will abide by the decision to postpone the holding of the BARM parliamentary elections in May after the President certified the bill seeking such postponement as urgent.
Job hunting can be time-consuming and draining to one's limited financial resources, especially to first-timers. To mitigate their hardships and ease their out-of-pocket spending, the Department of Labor and Employment created a website and application to simplify job searches, as our Clazel Padilla tells us more.
Finding a job is already difficult, and the application process can be costly. This is especially true for fresh graduates like Justin.
Ang magastos ko po is yung pamasahe, pagpunta ng mga job fair, or pag mag-a-apply po ng work face-to-face.
To help job seekers like Justin, the administration of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is bringing job opportunities closer to them. Today, the Department of Labor and Employment and a job-finding platform are offering 5,000 job openings at CareerCon 2025. The event is one of the biggest job fairs of the year. At least 150 employers are participating. 18,000 job seekers have registered. The job fair aims to connect Filipinos with employment opportunities and reduce the country's unemployment rate.
At least hindi mo na kailangang pumunta sa bawat company, hindi mo na need mag-submit ng mga resume or interviews, ganun. Kasi gastos din yun, especially pag pupunta ka sa mga iba't ibang kumpanya. Dito, isang puntahan na lang.
Pakaunti na lang ng pakaunti ang hindi empleyadong Pilipino. Ngunit, hindi pa kami tapos doon. Ay kailangan kung ano man ang hawak nilang trabaho, dapat yung tinatawag na quality job na may potential na ma-promote.
Most job openings are in the information technology, hotel and restaurants, and healthcare industries. Opportunities are available both locally and abroad. Crystal is among those looking for better opportunities.
Yung work ko kasi ngayon is admin. Malayo siya sa course talaga na tinapos ko, which is tourism. So gusto kong mag-career shift din.
According to DOLE, the job fair is not just for entry-level positions. There are also senior roles with higher salaries. The agency is also expecting many former POGO workers to apply.
Talagang ang pamahalaan ay nagsisikap na sa pagsasara ng kanilang mga kumpanya, nagkakaloob ng tulong.
The event also features career coaching and master classes. This aims to help workers improve their skills. TASDA is offering these services for free.
Dati, kagaya ng aking nasabi, mag-a-apply, bahala na kung titignan natin kung makuha o hindi. Ngayon, binibigyan po natin ng bagong kakayahan o upskilling, pinapagaling pa natin doon sa kanilang ginagawa na.
If successful, large-scale job fairs will be held monthly. They will not be limited to Metro Manila, but will also take place in different parts of the country. As of November 2024, at least 49.5 million Filipinos are employed. Meanwhile, the DOLE is also preparing to assist Filipinos in the U.S. who may face deportation. From PTV Manila, Clazel Padilla, Balitang Pambansa.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. says his administration is committed to bringing down the country's unemployment rate and highlighted the private sector's role in helping achieve that goal by generating more jobs. The chief executive assures job seekers that government is providing greater support so more Filipinos can get quality jobs. The leader of the land underscored the country's unemployment rate is on a decline as indicated by a 3.2% figure in November of last year, which is down from 3.6% compared to the same month in 2023.
A couple pieces of proposed legislation on education reforms passed third and final muster in the House, which PTV senior correspondent Melales Moras discusses at length in this report.
To further improve the quality of education in the country, the House of Representatives has approved on third and final reading 2 important bills for the welfare of students. Among them is House Bill number 11214 or the proposed Private Basic Education Vouchers Assistance Act. Under this measure, the scope of the Expanded Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act or EGASPE will be further broadened. This means that aid vouchers will no longer just be limited to qualified grade 7 to grade 12 private school students, but will also be extended to other basic education levels starting from kindergarten. The bill also includes provisions to address the needs of teachers. Aside from this, House Bill number 11213 or the proposed Education Pathways Act has also been approved. This measure aims to amend the K-12 system to provide better job opportunities for the youth. Several other bills have also been passed on the third reading in the House of Representatives, focusing on addressing bullying and improving certain government agencies. Aside from this, other proposals have also been approved on second reading. One of this is House Bill number 11357, which seeks to amend the Universal Healthcare Act. The Department of Health expressed support to this measure, especially since it's one of the priority bills of the administration. The DOH said once this bill becomes law, it is expected to lower the premium contribution rates for PhilHealth and improve the benefits it provides. From PTV, Melales Moras, Balitang Pambansa.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez says the lower house will expedite the approval of a proposed wage hike. House leaders met with several labor leaders and groups, including representatives from the Trade Union Congress of the Philippines Party List, Deputy Speaker Raymond Democrito Mendoza. Their discussion revolved around a measure filed before the Committee on Labor and Employment for an across-the-board wage increase of 150 pesos to 350 pesos. The House Speaker says that the consensus is that the wage increase would be around 200 pesos per day. He assured that the public that lawmakers will make sure to take into consideration the needs of Filipino workers and the state of businesses in the country. The House Committee on Labor and Employment will continue its discussion on the matter tomorrow.
The recent arrests in Palawan and Makati of suspects engaged in eavesdropping and espionage activities are backed up by evidence and repeated stakeouts of their stealthy and sneaky actions and seizure of their data gathering hardware. Hence, the NSC is advising the public to be on the lookout and to expect more arrests of these bad actors paid by foreign governments, as our Patrick De Jesus reports.
More arrests are expected for espionage following the apprehension of an alleged Chinese spy. According to the National Security Council, 2 more foreign nationals were arrested in Palawan after some residents reported their suspicious activities, which led to the discovery of evidence.
Pumupunta sa mga, di ba, for example, mga bases natin, military bases natin, Coast Guard bases, kung nasaan yung mga barko natin, no? Nandun sila sa mga lugar na malapit at naglalagay sila ng mga equipment to be able to record the movement, no, of military personnel.
We have seen the extensive operations that they have been doing in the Philippines, and slowly we are able to disrupt and to stop all of these activities in our country.
The NSC and AFP reiterated that the arrest of the alleged spies are not fabricated but are the results of surveillance operations.
Huwag i-downplay ito. Kasi some are saying na hindi naman high-tech itong equipment na to and ano. But what matters is the data that is being taken and how it's gonna be used.
Kinakalungkot natin yung sinabi ng Chinese Embassy at ng Chinese Foreign Ministry na lahat lang daw ito ay baseless accusations, lahat daw ito ay walang katuturan at paninira lamang. This was a case build-up. No? Hindi naman po tanga ang ating kapamahalaan.
Retired Associate Justice Antonio Carpio supports the move to amend the country's espionage law as pushed by the NSC and the passage of a law against foreign interference and malign influence.
We are now in the cyber age. We have to update really a lot of our criminal laws, especially on national security.
From the People's Television Network, Patrick De Jesus, Balitang Pambansa.
On the other news, the poll body's effort to begin ballot printing hit yet another major snag, with the president seeking a rain check on the BARM election slated for May over peace and order reasons. Now the time window to complete ballot printing for the May polls has gotten even smaller for the COMELEC, which finds itself likely to change the list of candidates for the parliamentary polls and seek for added funds, as our Luisa Irispe reports.
Now that President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has certified the postponement of BARM parliamentary elections to October as an urgent bill, the Commission on Elections said it's all set to abide if the bill is enacted into law. And even now, the printing of the ballots for the parliamentary elections has been pushed back.
Pinag-utos na natin sa printing committee na iset aside muna ang printing pagka ang pag-uusapan ay sa Bangsamoro parliamentary elections. Sapagkat tuloy naman yung printing ng Bangsamoro national and local elections. Kaya lang sa parliamentary, kinakailangan iset aside muna kasi pwede naman gawin namin yon sa huli.
COMELEC also explained that if the postponement proceeds, they might have to change the list of candidates for the parliamentary district representatives because it is possible the 7 districts supposedly allocated for Sulu could be designated or reassigned to other cities in the BARM. This will allow the region to have 80 parliamentary district representatives, which is stated in the Bangsamoro Organic Law.
Diyan ay nakadepende sa kung magkakaroon ng Parliament Act o yung Act of Parliament na magre-reapportion ng parliamentary districts doon sa pamamagitan at sa kadahilanan na kinakailangang i-distribute yung 7 na originally ay dapat sa Sulu. Kakailanganing i-amend ang election code, ang administrative code, ang local government code, at kinakailangan nila magpasa ng batas na magdi-distribute ng 7.
In case this process of redistricting proceeds, the COMELEC must conduct another filing of certificates of candidacies in June, and on July and August, it is the start of the printing of the ballots. In terms of funding, if the law states this postponement will result in special elections, for which the COMELEC may ask for an additional 2.5 billion pesos. But if this is represented as a continuation of the national and local elections, the poll body may only have to fund the printing of the ballots.
Kung sakaling magkakaroon ng separate Bangsamoro parliamentary election, we came up only with 2.5 billion pesos na hihingi namin na dagdag na budget kung sakasakali sa ating pong sa ating gobyerno.
From People's Television Network, Luisa Irispe for Balitang Pambansa.
Some of our senators were pleased that the Maharlika Investment Corporation is using its funds for investments. Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri welcomes the move to purchase 20% of the shares of the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP. According to Zubiri, it is a good investment not just in terms of profitability but in defense and security as well. For Senator Serwin Gatchalian, this development highlights the opportunity in partnerships between the public and the private sector. Meanwhile, Senator J.V. Heristo is hoping the government can acquire 40% of the shares of the State Grid Corporation.
So may mata na ang gobyerno ngayon sa loob ng NGCP. Makikita na natin ngayon yung bitukan ng NGCP na hindi pinapakita before. Kung matatandaan nyo, yung last administration, away ng away yan eh. No, umabot pa nga sa mga pagbanta ng paghahabla. So, madugo yung naging relasyon between government and GCP, especially during the last administration. So ngayon, meron na tayong mata doon, alam na natin kung anong nangyari, at pwede na natin i-pressure sila na mag-invest.
The Department of Agriculture, or DA, has distributed around 32,089 doses of AVAC live vaccines from Vietnam under the department's government controlled vaccination program to curb the spread of African swine fever, or ASF. DA spokesperson Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa says that almost 33,000 doses of the said vaccines have been administered to hogs in 11 municipalities of 5 provinces thus far. Furthermore, he says that the vaccination of ASF negative hogs is ongoing in 18 farms of various areas in Central Luzon and Calabarzon.
Ako po si Jerwin Macadenden, 42 years old, ARB beneficiary ng probinsya ng Quirino. Si Lola, siya yung dating nagtatanim ng puno rito, mais at saka puno ng kamoteng kahoy. Nakalipas ang ilang taon, yumaw na po siya at pinagkatiwala sa akin ng lupa. At ako na po yung nagtanim ng mga prutas at mga iba pang pagkain po rito at saka nag-aalaga na rin po ng mga iba't ibang klase ng hayop. Mula nung sinimulan namin ito, nagkaroon kami ng pagkakataon na libre ng aming ulam at nakapagbenta rin po ng mga ibang prutas para mapantulong sa aming pamilya at sa mga nag-aaral ko pong anak. Nag-umpisa na rin pong nilakad namin sa DAR ang pagpapalipat ng pangalan sa aking lola papunta sa akin. At nung April 17, 2024, inakuha ko na po yung title at nakapangalan na po sa akin.
Ngayong pong umaga, utos ng ating mahal na Pangulo, President Bongbong Marcos, ibigay na ang titulo sa lahat ng agrarian reform beneficiaries.
Nagpapasalamat po ako kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, kay mahal na DAR Secretary Conrado Estrella III at sa lahat ng pamunuan ng DAR. Masaya po ako at masasabi ko na rin po, meron po kaming sariling lupa na sinasakat. Lola, kung nabubuhay ka pa, nakita mo na sana na fully developed itong lupain mo ngayon at ipagpapatuloy para sa kaunlaran ng iyong mga pamilya. Bagong Pilipinas, bagong buhay para sa pamilyang magsasaka.
The 2025 midterms elections are fast approaching with barely 4 months left till decision day. And even now, cyberspace and social media are swamped with tons of misinformation and disinformation posts, conspiracy theories, outrageous memes, and deepfakes on candidates seeking a shot at elected office in May. Thus, the Department of Information and Communications Technology has dispatched and deployed its group of cyber watchdogs to thwart the lies and falsehood propagated in social media by paid hacks and bad actors on a smear campaign or out to discredit the May polls. And the DICT has received much-needed help from advocacy groups or truth seekers, stepping up and asking how can they help, such as one NGO, Scam Pilipinas. In addition, DICT head honcho Ivan John Uy has requested a number of social media platforms to take down accounts or web pages that spread fake news.
Mga NGOs, mga volunteers that are willing to put in their resources, their time in order to be watchdogs.
Nakagamitin yung kapangitan ng election practice na yun, na mga sa mga tao na, pag gusto mo kumita ng 2,000, kailangan mo lang iboto yung kandidatong to, click mo yung link. Eh yun pala, wala namang kinalaman sa kandidatong yun, para lang makuha yung account mo o mas cap.
Kami mga deputies kami, so we act in accordance to the directives of government during the election.
Contrary to false claim, the Pepsi Paloma movie is not under review by the Movie and Television Review and Classification Board, or MTRCB, due to lack of requirements. According to MTRCB, the registration unit could not accept the material submitted by the representative of Pinoy Flix. This is because the distributor was ordered by the agency's Legal Affairs Department to give 3 specific requirements, which are certificate or clearance of no pending criminal, civil, or administrative administrative case from any regional trial court, Department of Justice, and the Office of the City Prosecutor. As part of standard review process, Legal Affairs coordinate with Pinoy Flix Films and Entertainment Production to ensure that there's no violation of PD 1986 and to their implementing rules and regulation. MTRCV emphasized that they will not tolerate any false information that aim to discredit the agency.
The European Union, or EU, is supportive of any programs or initiatives that will put an end to child labor in the country. Philippine Information Agency Cordillera's Debbie Casingan tells us more.
The European Union expresses its support for the various programs of the Philippine government and its partner civil society organizations in eliminating child labor in the country. Ambassador Massimo Santoro, head of the EU delegation visiting Baguio City, said the EU and its member states have been very active in supporting the works of CSO, especially in protecting the rights of children.
Like the Philippines, the European Union, together with its member states, is very much committed to the protection of and promotion of human rights across the globe, including every child's right to live free from discrimination and intimidation.
To eradicate child labor, the EU is involved in several projects and programs across the globe, including the Clear Car Project or Child Labor Effective Awareness and Response in Cordillera Administrative Region. The EU co-funded the 3-year project, which is being executed by the World Vision Development Foundation Incorporated and Linga Pangkabataan Incorporated, with the World Vision Canada and World Vision Ireland.
Take part in addressing this critical issue and to create and play a vital role in creating a society of community that are safe and promote learning and thriving.
We cannot do it alone. We need partnership like the World Vision and other organizations who are promoting the well-being of our children.
During the recent Clear Car Project launch and stakeholder dialogue in Baguio, the significant accomplishments of the project were presented to the EU delegation. The 18 European ambassadors are in Baguio City from January 27 to 29 for the European Union Green Economy Program in the country. Debbie Casingan of PIA Cordillera, Balitang Pambansa.
Some good news, a young farmer realizes his dream through the Department of Agriculture's Agricultural Training Institute or ATI program. Philippine Information Agency Socsargen Shahana Duerme Mangasar has the details.
Romel Espanola, born to a farming family, is transforming from being a recalcitrant youth full of vices into a model farmer through the intervention of the Department of Agriculture's Agricultural Training Institute or ATI. Espanola started to love agriculture more when he was convinced to join the 4-H club in 2017. His goal of having a learning site for agriculture led him to take advantage of the programs of the ATI Regional Training Center based in Tantangan, South Cotabato. He became a beneficiary of the Adopt a Farm Youth Program and the Young Filipino Farm Leaders Training Program in Japan, which developed his skills and knowledge on farming techniques.
Yung dating iniisip ko is yung sugal lang, ganun, sugal sa manok, kabayo, pero nang dahil sa 4-H Club, after 2018, nawala yung vision na yon, and then nag-focus po ako sa pagplan na makabuo ng sariling farm at makaroon ng learning site.
At present, the Espanola Integrated Farm serves as a venue for farmers who are eager to learn new techniques in vegetable farming and livestock raising.
Atin pong inaanyayahan ang ating mga kabataan na i-avail po ninyo ang mga programang ino-offer po ng gobyerno. Hindi lamang po sa ATI, maging sa iba't ibang ahensya ng ating gobyerno dahil marami po kaming nakalaang programa para sa inyo.
The ATI Regional Training Center encourages the youth to strengthen the country's agriculture sector by utilizing government programs and services and urges them to reinforce farmers and extension workers in food production. From the Philippine Information Agency Socsargen, Shahana Duerme Mangasar, Balitang Pambansa.
On the other news, Sultan Kudarat is making full use of artificial intelligence or AI to boost its border security. Philippine Information Agency Socsargen Oliver Rivera has more.
Sultan Kudarat has become the first province to use artificial intelligence or AI for its border checkpoints to enhance border security. The province has introduced a smarter way to secure its borders with AI tools including facial recognition and license plate readers.
Dahil it is my vision that it will become one of the leading and model checkpoints in the entire country, equipped with facial recognition, plate number recognition, equipped with other softwares that will enhance security of those who come in and come out of the province of Sultan Kudarat.
Governor Manguda Datu is confident that the checkpoint's modern amenities will ensure prompt responses by government authorities to potential threats.
Maliban doon sa mga facilities or equipments na nilagay natin, yung mga pulis natin na nagmamanang checkpoint talagang they are also trained because part of this project of the facilities is the training of our personnel.
The project, called Aguila Watch, was initially launched in July 2024, covering 5 pilot locations in the city of Tacurong and the municipalities of Isulan, Esperanza, Lambayong, and President Quirino. The provincial government and Sultan Kudarat Police Provincial Office also talked about plans to expand the project to cover all provincial borders, including the coastal towns of Libak, Calamansig, and Palimbang, which are all important entry points. The new border checkpoints will make these areas safer for residents and is expected to stop illegal activities. From the Philippine Information Agency Soxargen, Oliver Rivera, Balitang Pambansa.
And for our weather, based on Pagasa's weather forecast, shear line will affect Visayas in the eastern section of southern Luzon, and northeast monsoon affects the rest of Luzon. Cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms may encounter in Visayas, Bicol region, Quezon, Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, Dinagat Islands, and Surigao del Norte due to shear line. Northern Mindanao, Davao region, and the rest of Caraga will experience cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms will fall in the rest of Mindanao caused by the easterlies. While cloudy skies with rains affects the Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Aurora. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon may encounter partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains due to northeast monsoon.
The Chief of the Department of Information or DICT discusses the agency's programs and plans in Bagong, Pilipinas ngayon. And that concludes our rundown of the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news and information from all across the nation. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Joe Fernandez.
This is our trusted news source, always ready to inform and serve the Filipino people. Catch Balitang Pambansa again tomorrow at 7 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. for more updates and developments. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Princess Habiba Saripaudak, and this is Balitang Pambansa.